I got elected to Congress in 2012, so it was about a decade ago that I got into politics, and I got in to oppose Barack Obama. I even wrote a book, which was read by about a dozen people, about the dangers that that administration posed, how it was not motivated by a philosophy that was consistent with our founding principles, and I stand by that. I think that was correct, but I also have to admit, looking back on that, the threats we faced then seem almost quaint in comparison to what we're facing now. Because the fact of the matter is the left in this country has grown more militant and much more dangerous in this intervening time. They not only want to do much more radical things, but they also want to write the conservative half of the country off. They want these elections bills that they're doing in Washington. They want mandatory ballot harvesting, no voter ID, all these things to basically pack the Supreme Court. They're trying to solidify themselves in power in perpetuity. It's very, very dangerous, and it's something that we have to take very seriously. So when you're fighting these fights, and when we're up against that, just understand, if you are going to make a difference, you're going to have to stand against some pretty serious headwinds. If you stand for conservative principles, you will be attacked by a very corrupt and partisan corporate media. That will happen as a Republican. And it's not just shows like 60 Minutes, which they tried to come to Florida. They did 3 months trying to dig up dirt on me, and the best they could come up with was a half-baked conspiracy that even major Democrats were saying was an outright lie. But this is something that's part and parcel of what corporate media has become. They don't care about the facts. They care about partisan narratives. And if there's somebody that they don't like, somebody that's standing up against their orthodoxy and their narrative, like me, they're going to come after you. But you can't back down from that. You've got to be willing to fight back. And I think when you look at the 60 Minutes, the fact that it blew up in their face was because we fought back. We did not take that sitting down. We told the truth, and the American people responded. And I had people writing in from all across the country to my office saying what a farce it was, and they were so happy to have somebody who was willing to stand up. But you got to stand up. I mean, I looked the other day, I don't know if you saw, there was the police shooting in Columbus, Ohio, right? So you have a lady who is wielding a knife after being called to the scene. Somebody called, the purported victim called, said, someone's got a knife, they're coming after me. And so then the police officer responds, you do have a lady wielding a knife. And so the police officer did exactly what the officer's trained to do, made commands, she wasn't listening, so he engaged, and he probably saved this other woman's life. NBC News, when they put that on their newscast that night, they played the 911 call, and they edited out the portion where the victim was talking about the knife. And then when they showed the actual camera footage of the altercation, they cut out the portion that showed the attacker with the knife. That was deliberate. That was intentional. They were trying to put a target on that police officer's back. They were trying to further a narrative that law enforcement is attacking somebody with no basis simply because the person happened to be a different skin color. That was deliberate, it was a lie, and quite frankly, that is evil. They are trying to divide our country, and we've got to call them out on that.